mistake everybody makes, especially with edibles, is they take this half hour, 45 minutes later, they're like, I'm not feeling anything. Let me take another one. And then
they're gone.
They didn't realize that it takes an hour and 15 minutes for it to kick in. You've got to wait.
Yeah, and they
have to wait.
End up curled up
until you find out what your level is.
In the fetal position. I am pro-weed. I do think that when it comes to teenagers, you really have to be cautious.
Yes.
It affects teenage brains differently than it affects adult
absolutely
brains.
does, yeah.
And so I think that needs to be, you have to be really, really cautious if you're younger than 18. Preston, have you ever been to Amsterdam?
I have not.
I have. And it's beautiful. And when I went there, it was like 96 or 97. The fact that weed culture was legal there really changed my perspective on a lot of things. And I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
It's fun to get high and go to art museums.
Steve, I just out of nowhere just started getting like really paranoid on it. And so like
that's a common side effect, is it not?
Well, it can be. And so, but you know, and I had a friend who stopped because she was getting paranoid on, and I didn't get that. It didn't register with me until it started happening to me in Preston. One time, we partook, and then we were at a bar, and it was on the same day as the Kentucky Derby. Okay. And there was a guy at the bar who was just taking bets for the Kentucky Derby. So, like, no harm, no foul.
Right.
It's not some big gambling ring or anything like that. So I placed a bet for a trifecta and then I sit down and I see these guys sitting at a table, and I was convinced that they were the FBI and they were going to
oh my God.
And that they were going to bust the place for illegal gambling. I called my wife and had her pick me up. I was like, get me out of here. Well, I'm like, we're gonna get arrested.
To be arrested by the FBI.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right? I swear to God.
Homeland Security's here. They're going to arrest me.
That's why, honestly, I've never been drunk and I've never been into this, but I have no issue with it whatsoever. My thing is that paranoia and fear of losing control.
Paranoia, anxiety.
Anxiety.
Like, I'm like, oh my God.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
And away we go with the first story from the Bizarre File for you now. A man from Bulgaria died during a visit to Alaska when his vehicle struck a moose near the entrance to Denali National Park and Preserve. The crash happened around 1 a.m. on Friday, with the 24-year-old pronounced dead at the scene. Wow.
Moose.
Yeah.
Why don't you forget the moose for a moment?
I think he's going to forget it forever.
Yeah.
His passenger, a 24-year-old woman, was taken to the Fairbanks Hospital. Her current condition is unknown. The collision serves as a sobering reminder of the hazards of wildlife along Alaska's roadways. The park said, urging drivers to be observant and slow down at night. There are more than 800 vehicle accidents involving moose each year.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
According to the Alaska Department of Fish and Game, with most occurring in the winter. There was a story that I never got to in the Bizarre File. It was actually from a couple of weeks ago. It was in New York, along a trail in upstate New York, where they've kept the trail closed because this moose is just hanging out there and is not leaving.
Right.
And the story just kind of came and went, and then it popped up again like he's still hanging out there. And he's just not moving on. So they've kept the whole thing closed.
Footage of a large bull moose walking along. This hiker encountered it. Preston, the hiker gets behind the tree because you don't know.
Yeah.
And the thing goes by, and it is so goddamn enormous.
Yeah. Yeah. So the mother of a then 2-year-old girl dragged by a river otter into the water at Bremerton Marina last year sued the Port of Bremerton, accusing the agency of gross negligence that set the stage for the attack. The dock of the marina was otter infested and foul, according to an email from a tenant to the port managers in 2023. The email was included in the mother's complaint. In September of last year, river otter dragged the 2-year-old into the water and scratched and bit her on her head, face, and legs while she was walking down the dock with her mother. The mother grabbed her daughter out of the water after she resurfaced moments later. The otter continued to chase the two as they attempted to flee, the mother said in the complaint. Both required rabies vaccinations afterwards. The complaint did not say whether the mother was injured or not. Travin Schiffner, who lives on a sailboat in the marina with her daughter, said in the lawsuit that the port failed its duty to maintain the safety of the marina by not taking care of the otter problem that residents had notified the government body of multiple times before. Schiffner is seeking damages from the port of for medical expenses, emotional distress, attorney's fees, and other costs, but didn't demand a specific amount or specific actions from the port.
It could have been an auto catastrophe.
Could have. Officials said last year that there had been 6 incidents between humans and river otters in the state in the past decade. But, yeah, they had complained about this before, and sure enough, the otter came in and dragged this kid into the water. That's crazy. The world's oldest baby has been born in the United States from an embryo that was frozen in 1994.
Wow.
Thaddeus Daniel Pierce was born on the 26th of July in Ohio to Lindsay and Tim Pierce using an adopted embryo from Linda Archard, 62 years old, from more than 30 years ago.
Go, go, gaga.
In the early 1990s, Archard and her then husband decided to try in vitro fertilization after struggling to become pregnant. In 1994, 4 embryos resulted. One was transferred to Archard and resulted in the birth of a daughter who is now 30 and mother to a 10-year-old. The other embryos were cryopreserved and stored. She said, "We didn't go into it thinking that we would break any records," Lindsay said. "We just wanted to have a baby."
Aw, what would you like to eat, little guy?
Boxes of crackers.
IVF is, of course, a type of fertility treatment where eggs are retrieved from the woman's ovaries, fertilized with sperm in a laboratory setting. The resulting embryos are then transferred back into the womb. The embryos can also be frozen and stored for future use. Archard was awarded custody of the embryos after divorcing her husband. She then found out about embryo adoption, a type of embryo donation in which both donors and recipients have a say in who receives the embryos. Archard said, "The first thing I noticed when Lindsay sent me his pictures is how much he looks like my daughter when she was a baby. I pulled out my baby book and compared them side by side, and there is no doubt that they are siblings." The fertility clinic that transferred the embryo is run by John Gordon, a reproductive endocrinologist who is working to reduce the number of embryos in storage. That's pretty wild, man.
I wonder how many embryos are in storage.
Yeah, and what the oldest of them are.
Right.
And how long they're willing to
hold on to them. And what are the risks biologically speaking? I mean, if everything is according to Hoyle, and I don't know what Hoyle would have to do with this, but according to that, how long could you store a human embryo and still make it viable?
I guess they're just going to have to try it out because this is more than 30 years, and that's the oldest. So we'll see. A few more out there.
No problem.
All right, and then one last story, and then we will wrap it up. An irate businessman was arrested after he slapped a female lawyer during an argument over a seat inside an airport terminal in Colombia. The brawl unfolded after the aggressor, Hector Santa Cruz, walked over to the bench in El Dorado International Airport in Bogota and asked Claudia Segura to stand up from her seat. A heated discussion ensued in which Segura declined to give up her seat so that Santa Cruz could sit next to his wife, Karen. Santa Cruz towered over Segura as the argument escalated, and he suddenly slapped her cell phone out of her hand and struck her in the face. 3 passengers, including a woman, intervened to defend Segura as they shoved the man back before his own wife stood up and got involved. Multiple people could be heard shouting at Santa Cruz for attacking Segura. Separate videos showed Segura lying on her back while she was tended to by an airport worker. And Santa Cruz's wife gathered their belongings as he was escorted by an airport police officer.
You all have a nice day.
Yeah. She said, when I got to the waiting area, everything was completely full, and I only saw one empty chair. I didn't see any bags or clothes on it to indicate it was occupied, so I sat down. Segura said that Santa Cruz's wife told her the seat was occupied, but she countered by telling her that it was not occupied. And he walked over and said, "Get up or I'll get you up." And then he smacked her in the face.
He's a people person.
By the way, Santa Cruz's wife released a video apology on Wednesday and condemned his behavior after her design business was bombarded with criticism. She apologized. And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you for now. All right, we'll break. We'll come back in a second. We got stuff to give away for the lesson question, some tickets, which we'll tell you about in a moment. So hopefully you've been paying attention this morning. Trash and music news, too. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
This person dies of a heart attack from smoking pot.
I think I'm too much of a puss.
Yeah.
To
I think the NBA just took steps recently to decriminalize it amongst players because it's so prevalent among NBA. I mean, a lot of athletes.
They haven't been testing for years.
Right, but you could get fined or suspended for it. And then, I think a lot about hockey players because they beat the crap out of each other every night, and then they turn to opiates and or coke or alcohol.
Yeah,
and there's a strong movement in the NHL to make weed legal in that sport because it can treat players a lot. Riley Cote, man, that guy's an interesting dude, and his perspectives on marijuana are fascinating.
He made a whole cottage industry out of it.
When I go to a dispensary, almost always you will see people sitting in the waiting room. Sometimes you have to wait to get back.
Preston!
No. Well, actually, they do. Sometimes they welcome me like that. But you'll see people who clearly need pain management, and they're with canes and just look like they're there to get medicine.
I've told you this many times before, so I don't use pot. I have no desire to. However, in my own life, I've said this story about my mother battling the pain of cancer. She was in late stages of her life. The only thing that alleviated the pain at the end there was pot that we were able to get for her. So yes, absolutely, I can see that.
Well, it is indeed 420, and thank you for the calls. By the way, some that I didn't get to, one of them, Jessica, said she had a bartender and a bud tender at her wedding.
Wow. She's going to.
Oh, she's going to. Oh, that's a pretty sweet deal. And Joe, who called in, he worked at a deli, and their phrase to go smoke weed was check the roof. Because apparently they'd go and I guess go up on the roof and get stoned and come back. So, but anyhow, indeed, it is 420. So. Thought a little discussion was warranted. What we're going to do is take a break, come back in a second, and have your first chance to win $1,000 in MMRBQ tickets. We'll get the Bizarre File as well. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve
on 93.3 WMMR.
Kathy, so ladies and gentlemen, today we honor a man who has a very special way of speaking, of announcing his presence. And that is our boss, Bill Weston. Yeah. Today is Talk Like Bill Weston Day. And in honor of Talk Like Bill Weston, it's like Talk Like a Pirate Day. At some point, you might think it's better. You don't have to talk about it all day long. But if you do throw a little homage to Bill Weston, it's great. And in as much, we are going to do a contest called Who Said It Bestin'? Talk Like Bill Weston. If you are interested in winning some great prizes and you think you do a pretty good Bill Weston impression, text Bill to 39333. Right now, we are going to randomly select people to play, and we're going to text you a line that you will have to read in conjunction with someone else. So we're going to have two people reading the same Bill Weston line in their best Bill Weston impression. We will vote amongst us here. We will pick a winner. And then we have prizes like Dave Chappelle tickets.
Which is amazing.
Casey, what all do we have to give away? And by the way, don't call.
Right.
Text Bill to 39333. We are going to text. We're going to randomly choose people through the text, and we are going to send you the line, and we are going to call you and get you on the air with us. So you don't have to dial us at all. Just text the word Bill to 39333. What all do we have to give away, Case?
Yeah, so in addition to the Chappelle tickets, which go on sale tomorrow, we also have tickets to go see Fantastic Beasts. As well, with that, the Philly Orchestra is performing Harry Potter at the Man in July. So we have, basically two pairs of tickets there.
And by the way, the Chappelle show is going to be Saturday, May 28th at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
We have Cases of Loverboy, which is that is a sparkling hard tea, and we also have the Batman. We got the Batman on digital.
Awesome.
The Batman.
He's like a bat.
All right, so text word Bill to 39333, and we will see if you've got what it takes to talk like the best in Bill Weston.
Would you explain the origin again? Because it was simply by happenstance.
Yeah, we were talking to actor Ed Begley Jr., who you know from Christopher Guest movies and all kinds of stuff, and he had used the phrase low-hanging fruit. That's one of Bill's favorite refrains.
Yes.
And so afterwards, Nick had said, I didn't know today was Talk Like Bill Weston Day. And then immediately we said, well, we have to create that now. And so therefore we have done it. So April 21st is Talk Like Bill Weston Day.
There are countless arbitrary national this and that days.
Yep.
There's no reason this should not be a national day.
The funny thing is it takes place on Dr. Mike's birthday, where we could clearly do a Talk Like Dr. Mike Day, too. Because all you have to do is talk like that.
Well, in a weird twist,
Yeah.
the reason why we started saying privileged was because of our association with
That's
Dr.
right.
Mike.
That's true.
That's weird.
Let's share the origin of that for a moment, because we all have Dr. Mike is our doctor at Penn Medicine, and we were talking about, I don't know, just seeing Dr. Mike or whatever, and Bill told us that we should not talk about that often because it makes us seem privileged, and
Because we go to the doctor.
because we go to the doctor, and so we thought that was hilarious, and so therefore privileged became part of the vernacular.
I think
And generated a very successful line of T-shirts.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I think because we were saying Penn Medicine, and it wasn't like, oh, we went to the doctor, because it was this big, I don't know, conglomerate. We sounded like we were privileged because we went to Penn Medicine.
Right. It was just one of those little Bill concerns.
It's okay.
And so
many of those are represented in these Billicisms.
Yep. So that was born. And then, obviously low-hanging fruit and third leg of the stool and the barn door and all these little things. Homyuncle.
The best part is that Bill now gets it. He'll come in and go, I actually do talk like that.
Right. Well, it's funny. He doesn't speak like that all the time.
Yeah.
But
It's greeting people.
Bill doesn't have the ability. You know how if I see you, Case, yo, dude, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, that's my delivery. Hey, man, how are you?
Yeah.
Or good morning or whatever it may be. Bill
Totally.
makes an entrance. He opens the door, and he usually does it like he almost kicks it open. Like he'll open it very big.
Yeah.
Morning show, people. And he does it that way. And then he settles into more normal
Very casual.
conversation. Yeah, totally.
Good morning, everyone.
And it's great. It's hilarious. And sometimes
And even he chuckles.
Sometimes it starts with, in our meeting, it starts with this, okay? And I have to. He comes in with his book, with his notebook, and he'll go like this.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Are we ready for the meeting? Like he'll slam stuff down on the desk. There's just something about, and it's great.
Yeah.
And it's not mean spirited.
Not at all.
It's just his and now time to get to work, people. It's like his indicator that we're
starting.
We're beginning, or a slap like that.
Yeah.
He'll do some
How
kind
can
of
he slap?
How can he slap? But anyhow, it's an endearing quality that Bill has. It's very funny, and we have fun with it.
The thing is, it's so similar to Ted Knight and his delivery is very similar.
All right, so Talk Like Bill Weston Day. We're getting people on board to play Who Said It Bestin'. And we have sent the lines to you. All you have to do is text the word Bill to 39333, and we will randomly choose you and send you the lines, and you will have to say them against another person. So that's what we're going to do now. I don't know what they're going to say. Steve had written down these lines. They've been sent to him. I don't know which lines are going to be delivered to us, but I'm going to get two callers on the line. We're going to start with Steve. Hey, Steve, good morning to you.
Hi.
Hi. All right, Steve. You're going to be going against Brian. Let me get Brian on board. Brian, are you there?
All right. Hello.
Hello, Brian.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. All right, so let's get started. First, we're going to have Steve read his line. Then we're going to have Brian read his line in their best Bill Weston. And then we'll take a vote amongst the five of us here in the studio and determine who our winner is. So, Steve, we're going to start with you. Give us your best Bill Weston.
Privileged. Not everyone has access to doctors.
All right. That was really good. Brian.
Because it's not. Yes. I'll explain after.
Brian, let's hear your delivery, please.
Privileged. Not everyone has access to doctors.
Okay.
Tried a different riff on it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Nick, who do you vote for?
The first guy.
And Kathy.
First guy.
Steve.
Yep.
Steve. It's unanimous. Steve is our winner. Sorry, Brian, we got to let you go. Steve, that was a wonderful Bill Weston, by the way.
Thank you.
And therefore, we have this prize for you.
Well, Steve, privilege. You just won yourself a pair of tickets to see Dave Chappelle.
Not
Isn't
everyone
he-
can make it to a Dave Chappelle show.
Isn't he in that awfully Billy Bob Thornton movie?
See, the thing is that you come out big with that privilege, and then you go.
Right.
All right, so the Chappelle show that you're going to go see, by the way, is going to be May 28th at the Hard Rock Live Edis Arena. That's in Atlantic City. And tickets for both Chappelle shows, which is May 28th and 29th, are going to go on sale this Friday. That's tomorrow. And all the details are at hardrockhotelatlanticcity.com.
This Chappelle show,
Got to go.
this Chappelle show came out of the blue. I didn't hear any this is very cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get two more callers on the line in just a second, and we will see what line they're going to deliver to us. So Marissa and Connor are now contacting the people that we have sent the texts to. They'll get them up a couple at a time, and we need to make sure this is coordinated so they have that they're saying the same
Well,
words.
during the time, I'd like to give some advice on whittling, Preston. So that
Whittling?
Yeah, the blade goes away from you as you're carving the wood.
All right, let me get our callers. We have Kenny that is there. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, wonderful. Hang on. We're going to get you up against Brad. Hey, Brad, are you there?
Yes.
All right, Brad, we're doing our best Bill Weston. It's Talk Like Bill Weston Day. So, Brad, we're going to start with you. Give us your best Bill Weston line.
All right. Being local is the third leg of the stool.
All right. Being local is the third leg of the stool. Kenny, let's hear your Bill Weston.
For MMR, being local is the third leg of the stool.
All right. Casey, who are you going to vote for? Kenny or Brad went first?
Brad did go first. I'm going to give the slight edge to Brad there.
All right. Steve?
I'm going to slide edge to Brad.
How about Kathy?
Brad.
And Nick?
Brad.
Yeah, same here. Goes to Brad.
Hey, look at the big green on Brad.
All right, what do we Little Everlong from Foo Fighters on 93.3 WMMR. Pat Smear's birthday today, by the way. It is 10 minutes after the hour at 10 o'clock. Today, kind of cloudy like you see right now, but with it come temperatures that are only going to linger in the mid-80s. That keeps it nice and comfy, and that's a continuing theme this week. Tomorrow, cloudy, high 82, but then when the sun returns on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the highs are going to be mid-80s. That's what we should have had for the past month or so.
I know.
At least we're getting it, so you can now enjoy. So please do so.
So I'm going to the Phillies game tonight, but beforehand, I'm going to be playing softball on the field for the Police Athletic League. They do a,
that's great.
I guess, like,
Media.
Philadelphia media.
Yep.
I'm sure there's going to be influencers in there and stuff like that. But I just want to remind everybody that when I played in this years ago at the Vet, I struck out swinging in slow pitch softball.
May I give you a tip for this? Because it's a meatball they throw to you.
Uh-huh.
And your inclination is to hit the ever-loving piss out of it.
I know.
And you miss every time.
Uh-huh.
When you try to swing that hard, just connect. Just connect, it'll go farther than anything. It's like golf.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I played golf all day, by the way, over the weekend. Just a little pitch and putt, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I should go out and play golf.
All right, very
Because
good.
I didn't do bad.
Well, bring your golf clubs to the game tonight.
I left them down the
That'll
shore.
throw them off. But yeah, dude, just don't swing out of your shoes. And you should be good.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
My last at bat in softball was a home run, so I almost don't want to play anymore because I'd rather just go out on a high
You've been
note.
to the top of Everest.
Yeah.
All right, so that's tonight. What time is the game?
Game is around 5:00, and then the Phils play at 6, I think 50 or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's cool. You won't hit any traffic going in because you're going
hopefully
to get
not.
there nice and early.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's ask a lesson question. Let's give away a prize. We have today a pair of tickets as MMR Rocks, Pete Corral, As I Was Saying tour, which is, or is it Coryell? I think it's Coryell. Friday, December 12th at the Keswick Theater. And the question we asked this morning is, what kind of fish is Steve having a lot of trouble catching in the Schuylkill River? 610-660-9333, our number. If you heard that was in the 8 o'clock hour, let us know what kind of fish is Steve having a lot of trouble catching in the Schuylkill River. 610-660-9333. And while you're calling, we'll do the trash.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning, or powered by PGW and Philadelphia Landlords. Register your residential rental property in the Landlord Cooperation Program with PGW, and you may not be subject to a lien on that property. Learn more about how to register rental property at pgworks.com. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, despite hopes of a prison furlough, Eric Menendez was back behind bars after being sent to the hospital for kidney stones. In fact, security was so tight that even his bedpan was wearing handcuffs.
Oh, my God.
One of Diddy's ex-girlfriends has submitted a letter to the judge in his case supporting his motion for bail. In the letter, Gina Hunn explains that Diddy's not so bad once you get past the curb stomping.
Oh, my God.
And finally, Soulja Boy was arrested during an LA traffic stop after police found a gun in his car. The rapper says he has every right to carry firearms because he is a soldier. That's Hollywood Trash.
All right, going to the phones. We're looking for the answer. What kind of fish is Steve having a lot of trouble catching in the Schuylkill River? 610-660-9333. The number, and 'tis Tom that we will check in with. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
All right, what is the kind of fish Steve's having a hard time catching in the Schuylkill?
Marlin.
Marlin! Hang on, buddy. Got you set up with a pair of tickets as MMR rocks Pete Coriel, as I was saying, tour Friday, December 12th, and that will be at the Keswick Theater. Tickets are on sale now at keswicktheater.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, two stories passed along this morning. This terrible one involving Oasis. A fan who attended the band's August 2nd show at London's Wembley Stadium died after sustaining injuries from a fall.
Oh, so sad.
The fan reportedly fell from the upper tier of the 90,000 capacity stadium. But there's yet to be any official confirmation. A statement from the Metropolitan Police identified the fan as a man in his 40s. The Metropolitan Police said he was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. The stadium was busy, and we believe it is likely a number of people witnessed the incident or may knowingly or unknowingly have caught it on cell phone video footage. If you have any information that could help us to confirm what happened, please call. In a brief statement, Oasis said that they were shocked and saddened about the news of the fan's death at their show. They added, Oasis would like to extend our sincere condolences to the family and friends of the person involved.
We've talked about situations like this at various stadiums, and sometimes you'll walk down, and if you're in those seats, I always get leery, like when you're standing up on the edge of those. Some of them have rails high enough to sort of keep you from falling over, but others do not.
It happened at a Fish concert, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so, like, when somebody falls like that, like, I think the person died, but also landed on somebody, and that person was severely injured.
No doubt, yeah.
Yeah, terrible stuff.
So the August 2nd Wembley show was part of a 5-night stand on the Oasis Live 25 World Tour. The tour continues on August 8th, which kicks off a 3-night stand in Edinburgh's Scottish Gas Murrayfield Stadium. And then just one other story. Vince Neil delivered his first performance since October 2024 in Boston on the 1st, after taking some time away from the stage due to undisclosed health issues. Motley Crue frontman performed a solo set at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway as part of a bill with Bret Michaels and Stephen Pearcy. Neil's set featured 7 Crue songs. He played Dr. Feelgood, Shout at the Devil, Looks at Kill, Smoking in the Boys Room, Kickstart My Heart, Girls, 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 and Wild Side.
He did a riff on Girls, Girls, Girls called Girls, 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 and Sandwiches.
In a fan shot video, Neil said to the crowd, I haven't been on a stage since almost a year now. I had a medical thing that happened to me, and they said that I wouldn't be back on stage again. And I said, F that, man. And I'm back, and I'm with you guys tonight. I'm really proud to be here, man.
Man.
Back in March, the Crue were forced to reschedule their Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live at Park MGM. At the time, the band had said in a statement, Motley Crue's Las Vegas residency is moving to September 2025 due to a required medical procedure recently advised by vocalist Vince Neil's doctors. And Neil had said in a personal statement at the time, to all the Crue heads who were looking forward to seeing us this spring, I'm truly sorry. My health is top priority, so I can bring you awesome shows that you deserve, and I can't wait to return to the stage. Thank you for all the well wishes. Keep reaching me, and your support means more than you know. So.
Next one's called Rainbow Connection and Whores.
So they're working on new music there, Rainbow Connection and Whores. All right, and that's it. That's all I got. It's a quick music news for you this morning. We got word from TJ Miller. He is actually going to check in with us tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
Casey did talk to him, and so we're going to set that up. So that's the explanation of that. We're going to take a quick break, come back in a second, wrap up our program for the day. Stay with us. Brad, please.
All right, Brad, you are... I'm not going to do the Bill Weston. You got a case of Loverboy. You might recall Loverboy from Bravo's hit reality series Summer House. Loverboy is a high-quality, low-calorie, zero-sugar sparkling hard tea, and you can enjoy Loverboy at Kellyanne's Bar and Grill, which is located at 1549 Spring Garden Street in Philly.
Some people call her Annabelle.
The funny thing is that Santa impersonation is almost like Bill trying to do an impersonation of himself.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Because he starts to talk like this with a little bit of John Wayne.
Yeah. He's doing a wonderful riff on Santa Claus, and it does sound a little John Wayne-esque.
I can't believe that Bill doesn't like that because it's so funny. The comedy is like. I know it makes him cringe a little bit, but it's for me, that's the shining Bill Weston moment. Yeah. That call is the best.
That he just, listen, he knows he thinks I'm full of crap when I say that, but I think that's a big indicator that you call up your boss and without even indicating what you wanted, he plays along. That's pretty cool.
I thought so too. You know, on top of a Talk Like Bill Weston Day, a Talk Like Dr. Mike Day, we could even do a Talk Like Gary Lauer Day.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If that's even possible.
Remember, the Gary Lauer prank phone call?
No.
No.
Did you call him?
Yeah, well, so we said Gary, we had him call Gary because Gary was being inappropriate, like at an event.
Oh, we had Bill call Gary.
Right. Do you have that?
Hang on. I got to find it. But yeah.
And it was you, was it not?
It was me.
Yeah.
So again, we had him. It was like a reverse prank phone call because he was the one who made the phone call. He called
the studio. Didn't realize
he might have called the studio line, but yeah.
Wait, I don't follow. What happened?
All right, so the prank phone call, we had him call Gary because
we had Bill call Gary.
Yeah.
So what he thought was Gary.
What he thought was Gary.
Oh, and it was actually
actually me.
be Gary.
So Gary's not actually involved in
Not
this.
at all.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Because you answer the phone, you go, Bill Weston! Look at Bill Weston's on my phone or something like that.
This is it right here.
Okay, all right, hang on a second here. Here we go.
Hello?
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 I'm looking for Gary Lauer.
This is Gary.
Gary Lauer, this is Bill Weston at WMMR.
Bill Weston! Hey, Bill! Hey, Nightmare Bill Weston!
All right, hey, settle down. We need to talk.
Settle down.
This is kind of a serious call.
Oh, Bill Weston! You call my phone.
Well, I had to chase it down from a couple different people to get to talk to you. It's about what happened at the Preston and Steve mixer at Parks.
Oh, I had such a great time last night. I forgot my teeth. I didn't have my jam.
Yeah. Hey. Well, here's
Hey, it's not even a gross impersonation. It's terrible.
I love it.
Oh, and by the way, was he not calling the studio line?
That's it. Because Casey gave him the studio line, and we couldn't believe that Bill didn't recognize the studio line.
We're gonna do a two-parter on that.
Okay.
We're gonna come back.
We have a contest to complete.
And plus, it'll help kill some time in between our contestants. So, let me get our next callers on the line. I'm Talk Like Bill Weston Day. Who said it best? And I have Ryan to start with. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was waiting for someone to open with something like that. Keith, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, Keith, we're going to do Talk Like Bill Weston, Who Said It Best? And I will start with Ryan. Ryan, please give us the line that we gave you.
Don't compromise show quality just because you can't see the barn door.
Pretty good.
All right, Keith,
That's where the barn door comes from.
Keith, you got to beat that. Can you give us your line?
All right, do not compromise show quality just because you can see the barn door.
Wow, those are pretty good. Yeah.
All right, let's start with Kathy. Kathy, the first one to go was Ryan, and the second one was Keith. Who's it going to be?
Ryan.
All right, Ryan. Steve, who do you think?
They were really good, but I'm going to have to say Ryan just by a little bit.
All right, Casey?
I agree with both of you guys. Ryan.
All right, Nick?
Yeah, Ryan as well.
And Ryan as well. It's a clean sweep. Thank you for your call, Keith. We appreciate it. But
Good
Ryan
job.
is our winner. And what do we have for Ryan, Casey?
Ryan, you have the Batman on digital. The Batman is caught in yes, you are privileged, in a deadly game of cat and mouse with the Riddler in this gritty thriller starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, and you can own it on 4K Ultra HD. on May 24th or on digital right now.
By the way, it's not just a signal, it's a warning.
Yes. All right, here's a little bit more of Casey pretending to be Gary Lauer when Bill had called him to talk him. I guess he had to chastise him a little bit.
He acted up inappropriately a little bit at one of the mixers.
Here we go.
It's about what happened at the Preston and Steve mixer at Parks.
Oh, I had such a great time that night. I forgot my teeth. I didn't have my jam.
Yeah. Hey. Well, here's the problem, Gary.
Oh, wait. Is there a problem? Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring my camera. I had a picture taken with Kathy Romano, but I didn't get a camera, and I don't have email. Can Kathy print me out a picture? Because I got a picture with her, and I got a picture with Marissa. I couldn't find Casey anywhere, but I got a picture with them, and I don't have email.
Gary, I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
I want to hear that last part again. Hang on there.
Gary, I need you to stop talking and listen to me.
All right, we have to come back for part 3. We'll continue with the stammering.
All right, we will go to our next 2 callers. We are going to have Horace. Hey, Horace, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Horace. All right, hang on. We're going to have you on board with Chris. Chris, good morning, buddy.
Good morning.
All right, so whoever said it bestin is going to be our winner. Horace, we're going to begin with you. Give us your Bill Weston line, please.
This humyuggle thinks she's some kind of Susie cream cheese.
This uncle thinks he's some kind of Susie cream cheese.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, let's hear yours, please.
This homie uncle thinks she's some kind of Susie cream cheese.
All right, we need to vote. Casey?
The first one.
Horace. Yeah. All right, Steve.
Though Chris did a fine job, because it's hard to hit that tone, I'm going to have to go with the first one.
And Kathy.
Horace.
Yep. And
Horace, yeah.
And Horace on me, too. That's a clean sweep. Chris kind of ended with a question in the voice, and therefore not quite Bill Weston-esque. So, Horace, here's what we have for you, my man.
Horace, you have The Batman on digital. The Batman is caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse with the Riddler in this gritty thriller starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. By the way, this movie is Steve Morrison approved, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you could own it on 4K Ultra HD on May 24th or on digital right now.
All right, a little bit more of our Gary Lauer conversation with Bill Weston. Here we go.
And I don't have email.
Gary, I need you to stop talking and listen to me. All right?
Bill's trying my
Okay.
How you behaved at the mixer is causing problems. It was reported that you were either inebriated, high, or a combination.
Down on 93.3 WMMR. It is everything that rocks. The dead don't die. 10:26 and the Preston and Steve Show. Our program coming to a close for the day as we get back into the swing of things on this Tuesday morning. I would thank our guest, TJ Miller, but he was a no-show. It's all good, though. Case got a hold of him, and he's not coming to town until the 14th. Going to be performing at Punchline Philly for a stretch of day, so we'll get him back on very soon. Maybe I'll have some news on that in a second before the program is over. But we welcome Ryan Shuttleworth.
Hey.
Back
Hi, friends.
to the studio again. Good to see you, sir. How was your weekend? I know you worked yesterday, but how was the weekend?
Yeah, it was great. Yours looked fantastic over in Chicago, man. I saw some of the photographs.
Oh, thanks, man. I had a good time. Me and my son.
I looked great. And you did the Wiener Circle, right?
Yes.
I've never been, and that's the one thing I would like to check off myself.
Casey made it a point he told my son, he's like, if you guys go there, you got to go to the Wiener Circle. I'm like, well, we're going on this bike tour, and it's a food tour, and we're gonna get a Chicago hot dog somewhere, but I don't know where. They took us to the Wiener Circle.
There you go.
So it was great.
I recommend going after dark, though.
Yeah,
that's when it gets a little R-rated there.
Yeah.
The charm of this place is that the staff curses and yells at you. Yep.
I want to open a business like that.
Yeah, they're rude on purpose. It's part of the
gimmick.
The gimmick, yeah. So, but the hot dog was fan-freaking-tastic. So
yeah, I'm so glad you had a good time, man.
Thanks, man. All right, we need to get a letter of the day if you're ready.
I can oblige.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
G as in girl.
All right, and we have 4 to get all together. So G is the first one, and we have $500 towards a set of new tires from our friends at United Tire and Service. And make sure that your ride is ready to roll for your August adventure. And don't drive alone, drive United. So we will give that away on Friday. So Pierre out this week.
Correctamundo.
Again, and you're covering the whole week?
Whole week.
All right,
There
so
you
what's
go.
coming up today, man?
So Double Shot Tuesday, so we'll have some fun with that. Maybe do some call-outs along the way. The workforce blocks. Adam Yauch of the Beastie Boys would have celebrated a birthday, so we'll get to a block of them. And I got letters. This is a range for you. We'll go from Genesis to System of a Down.
Wow.
So we'll have some fun today.
I like that. All right, thank you, Ryan. And today's Tuesday, so we got to give this away. Our winner of Tattoos Day today is Alana Elliott of Morrisville, Pennsylvania. And Alana, we're going to give you a $350 gift certificate for Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. They're at 1729 South Street in Philadelphia. And if you want to check out their artwork before you head over there, go to floatingworldtattoos.com or check them out on Instagram at Floating World Tattoos. Thank you to the fine sponsors of our show. The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by Dunkin', and the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavor. So tomorrow, guest-wise on the program, we will go on Fox Good Day. We will indeed have TJ Miller joining us tomorrow, and I'm excited. We have a mystery guest in the studio tomorrow morning. Is this one we're going to try to guess who it is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we will not know, and we will, through a series of clues, try to figure out who the person is. We'll be blindfolded, I assume, or something like that.
We'll be blinded.
We will find out how that goes. So that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day. We'll do it again tomorrow, gang. Bye-bye.